Hello, pro wrestling fans, and welcome back to Squared Circle Speak. And today we're going to be trying something a little different. If this doesn't work, well, then we'll never do it again. Uh, I am Ryan. With me, as always, is Nathan, and we are going to be talking independent pro wrestling. We're going to be talking about some of the big names on the indie scene, or not even big names, maybe some names that we can see getting signed to one of the major companies in the near future. These are guys, men and women that we have maybe seen and done some research on that we feel could be big players in the future. So this is something we've never done before, but we figured we'll test this out. We're not huge independent wrestling fans, so we'll see how this goes, Nathan.
Yeah.
We're trying something new here. Throwing stuff at the wall and see what sticks.
Yeah, we got a list here we're gonna go through, and a list that we think is, the top, maybe some of the top prospects on the independent scene.
I will
WWE and maybe even we're not counting them or MLW, any of these guys. We're not counting them as independents. We are saying this is like real independent wrestlers, and some of these companies should sign these
Yeah.
guys.
All right. I just found out one of the ones on my list is actually signed with WWE, so I'll take them off the list. Did not know that. All right. How do you want to go back and forth here and just see who we got?
Yeah, we can do that, I guess. My list isn't as big as yours, probably. So,
I got like five or six. So
okay.
I had Lucky on Ali on my list, and I did not realize he's signed with WWE. He's currently in their developmental system, so that's awesome.
All
Uh,
right.
Huge fan of his. All right, my first one is a guy named Gabriel for I'm gonna fucking butcher this name. Gabriel Forza.
All
Uh,
right.
he is very young, born in 1993. So actually he's 30. Not too young. He's been wrestling since 2013. I watched a match of his where he wrestled. I think it was Mustafa Ali or something, and I was very impressed by this guy. Being 30 kind of throws him to where he probably don't have much longer before he gets signed. But he, in my opinion, emerged like I saw some of the moves he can pull off and the stuff he can do, and he's like a high flyer kind of hybrid with the lucha style, and um, I don't understand how he's not signed somewhere yet. Just looking at who he's been in the ring with and like the matches he's had, it seems crazy to me that he hasn't been signed to a big company yet. Being 30 means he's got the experience. That might make WWE not want him being 30, but I guess that hasn't stopped them in the past from hiring these people. But if you don't know Gabriel Forza, I would look him up. Match highlights and stuff are on YouTube everywhere. He's out of Canada. He wrestles in Canada, but he's Mexico, but he wrestles in Canada most likely. So he does like a shooting star press, which is amazing. But yeah, he's very fun. He looks the part. He's got like a good look to him. And like I said, he's had great matches with the likes of Mustafa Ali, and Shelton Benjamin and Josh Alexander. I don't know how he has not been signed yet. Hopefully soon, though. Hopefully soon.
All right. My first one, Ryan, is a little on the flamboyant side. His name is Effie.
Ooh, yeah, I almost put him on my list. Yeah,
Uh, he's uh he's got a porn mustache,
that's one way to put it. Yeah,
and he's a little flamboyant. Um, and he wrestles that's how he wrestles his style. He has a nickname of the Weapon of Sass Destruction, but
nice.
he's won quite a few championships already, Ryan, in freelance wrestling, fest wrestling. Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. But he's most notably he was GCW Tag Team Champion, and he's done some NWA stuff with NWA Southeastern Wrestling, and he even was in the Deep South NWA Deep South Heavyweight Championship. So he's been around a little bit here, Ryan. He's been wrestling since 2014. He's 34 though, so
Yeah, that might hold him back. He's known if you've heard the name Effie, you're not really sure where you've heard it from. He hosts Effie's Big Gay Brunch, which is a wrestling show featuring allies and LGBTQ performers. He's done two of them so far. I don't know if he's going to do a third. So if you the name sounds familiar and you haven't remembered it, don't know where he's from, that might be where you've heard him from. He's openly gay, by the just so. Yeah, I've watched some of his matches and he's not too bad.
yep.
Maybe it's the gimmick and maybe it's the way he is that holds him back. But I'm really surprised like AEW hasn't taken a shot on him.
Yeah.
It's interesting. That's a good one. I didn't think of Effie. My next one I first saw in DPW, and I'm going to be honest, a lot of these people I first saw in DPW. But the guy I'm talking about, he's only been wrestling for 5 years. He started in 2019. His name is BK Westbrook. He is known as the Super Stud or the Star Boy of pro wrestling. He is really solid. He's got good promo skill. He's got like the total package. Like he's got the charisma, the promo skills, the in-ring skills. He plays the old school like cocky heel to perfection. But he can back it up in the ring. He is tremendous in the ring. He does a really good, like his moves, finishing moves a TKO, and it is just he does a really, really good TKO. But he's super young. So he has plenty of chance to get better and plenty of time to, get signed somewhere. But yeah, he's been wrestling for 5 years. So, look him up if you haven't seen him. Hasn't done much as far as wrestling championship wise. But
Right.
he just look up his promos and the way you'll see him, and when you first see him walk out, he's one of those guys that you just feel like has it. And I hope to see him soon on a big stage because he impressed me in the few matches that I've seen from him. He severely impressed me. And so I hope he gets to do more because I want to see him more. I don't know where he's wrestling right now. I kind of fell off the DPW wagon. Might need to start checking them out again. But yeah, I think BK Westbrook, remember the name? Because I'm sure he'll be a big star one day.
All right. My next one, Ryan, is a guy that has been in companies before, but he hasn't been in any companies in a while. And he's a guy that's, let's just say he's got a different kind of body style. I'm going AC Romero
Oh,
because AC Romero, I thought he had a shot. He's wrestled a couple matches in AEW. He wrestled in Impact for a while. He did MLW for a while. But then he kind of just dropped off. And he's still on the independents. And he's a really big dude. And he moves really well for a really big guy. And I mean overweight by big, not muscles. And but yeah, it's like, I figured, maybe like, I don't know. You think they'd bring him in just to do some stuff, like maybe not long term, but you think one of these
yeah.
companies, especially you think Impact would give him another shot, or maybe even AEW give him a couple. You know how they are with people, he'd be on TV for 2 weeks, but nothing. It's really odd for me because
It
AC
is.
Romero, I mean, he's not real old either. So yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't had another shot.
Yeah, me too. It's kind of weird. He was in Impact yeah, like you said, he was in Impact for a while. But you know, I guess maybe it's just his size that holds him back. I don't know. Um, it's interesting. He's pretty good in the ring though. Like it's weird that I guess it's just his look that maybe you know disrupts his ability or something to get signed. I don't know. But he's a different he could be really good in the future. And he don't how old is he? Do you know how old he is?
34.
34. Yeah. don't don't know how much more he has. Especially a guy his size kind of maybe will slow him down a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. My next one's going to be one that might be a little controversial. It's someone that would obviously um uh has a long way to go before she is like ready. But I am talking Izzy Moreno. If that name sounds familiar, that is the young Bailey girl. Uh that was like dressed up as Bailey a long time ago. Yeah, she's old enough to be wrestling now, guys. We're all old.
Yeah, that's insane.
She's 17, but she has graduated high school early, and she's had a couple matches. I have watched some of her matches and some of her. She's really good on the mic for her age and for being 17 and for being really young. She is really good in the mic. Um, her in-ring work needs help work. She's really good. I've watched one of her matches. Um, she can sell pretty good. Her offense needs some help, but again, she's been wrestling for like under a year. So this is going to be one that I think, if she sticks to it, could be good in a couple years. And WWE could bring her in and have like a pre-built storyline ready for her because she was the Bailey girl. That's what she's known for. So maybe maybe she gets some more wrestling under her belt. We could be seeing her in NXT. She's already got a name in NXT. She's already got they would have a preset thing ready for him or ready for her. So, like I said, her in ring work needs help, but she's really good on the mic. I've watched a couple of her promos that she posted, and they pop up on my Reddit and my Instagram feed, and uh, I I wasn't mad at what I saw. I think she has the potential to be something in the business if that's what she really wants to do, and it looks like she does. I mean, she's been training since she was like 16, so obviously she wants it, and obviously she wants to do it. So hopefully you know, she will see her down the line. WWE. I think she'll get. I mean, there's already like communication there with WWE. I think they're gonna let her wrestle for a couple years, and I bet, obviously she'll probably turn 18 before they sign her, but
Right.
but I think I'm not gonna jump the hoop because she is like 17 and wrestling. She's only had let's see, like 7 matches total in her whole career, so she's got some work to do, but this one could be maybe 3-4 years down the road. We'll see her in WWE.
Right. All right. My next one, Ryan, he was in WWE for a little bit as a cruiserweight when they had the cruiserweight show, 205 Live. That was a long time ago.
Jesus.
Uh, Anthony Green, Ryan.
Ooh,
His
Anthony Green.
mom. When he was in 205 Live, he was under the name Austin Gray. Really good in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really good, and not sure why WWE never brought him back.
No, I have no idea either.
And I can't believe that Impact didn't use him more. I can't believe that AEW didn't like put him in Ring of Honor or something. But he's been wrestling. Basically, he's on the I call it the Independence, but he's been in Pro Wrestling Noah.
Yeah, it's where
Is
he's
where
been for over a year, like a year now.
yeah,
Huh. Yeah, it's weird these people, they get released and then yeah, he just ended up going to Japan and it's like it's amazing somebody like Anthony Green couldn't have done more in Impact or AEW because it's like he's really solid in the ring. He's got a different look and he can work and he can talk and I mean, it seems weird that they would not use that. It's
yeah,
it's weird how some people can get signed and they don't maybe not naming names or anything, but some people probably don't deserve it to be where they are. And then you got some people who are really good and they don't make it. and they don't get signed to anybody. It's weird.
Yeah.
I don't understand because I was a huge fan of it was August Gray when he was in NXT for a while. I
Oh, he
really
did that crazy unprettier move.
yeah
How he like did like a flipping unprettier or something.
yeah, it was like a flipping or a spinning Unpretty or something. But I
Yeah.
I really liked his wrestling, and I don't know why it didn't last very long. Like he was around for only a couple years in WWE, and it was
Yeah.
like, huh, interesting. I kind of forgot about him until you just mentioned him. Huh. All right. I love how we went completely different roads here. I went for a lot of guys who'd never been signed, and you went for a lot of people who never really made it yet or were there and didn't last. My next
Right.
one is kind of like your last one. He's a bigger guy. But to me, this guy is probably one of the best young wrestlers out today. I'm talking Bojack. He's only 24 years old. He is a former DPW world champion. He is a big motherfucker. But when he first showed up in Deadlock DPW, I was like, oh shit, this guy's got something. He is amazing. He can move. He's big, but he can book it and he can wrestle. He can talk. He looks menacing. He looks like he belongs. And being as young as he is, it's only a matter of time before someone takes a look at him. He's
Right.
like 354. He's like 6 foot, 354, only 24 years old. I'm telling you right now, if someone doesn't pick up Bojack soon, I'm going to be very disappointed because he is amazing. Uh, he is, and like there's other people that have been picked up that are similar to Bojack, and they're just not as good as him. And I don't know why other people get these spots when it could be him. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't make sense to me how some people get picked up, and you got people who are really good that don't get picked up. Like Bojack, he's really good, yet he's not in a major company and some other people are. It just doesn't make much sense.
Right. Yeah, it doesn't.
But maybe it's his age. Maybe it's I don't know. I don't think DPW does contracts, so I don't know if that wouldn't be the case. But yeah, I think he will be somewhere like Calvin Tankman, right?
Yeah.
That's who like he's basically the same as Bojack, but I think Bojack's a lot better. But Calvin Tankman's had a lot more exposure. Like he's been in MLW and GCW, and he's had a lot more exposure. So I think Bojack's way better than Tankman.
Right.
They're very similar wrestlers and they do similar styles. So I don't know how Tankman's gotten all this stuff and you know Bojack's here doing less. It just doesn't. Maybe it's because he's only been wrestling for a few years. Maybe give him a couple of more years and he'll be more, you know, prestigious or whatever. But I really want Bojack to sign somewhere. I don't even care where. Just I want him to get his spot in one of the three major companies, and I hope it happens soon because he is he. If you haven't seen him, man, you really need to search him out because he's great.
All right. I'm going a little off the wall for my next one. Uh, I figure we need you picked one female wrestler. I figure I picked one too, but I went with one that's a little different because she's wrestled all over the place. And she's a Japanese wrestler. Her name is Shoko Nakajima.
Whoa.
Uh, she has wrestled for DDT Pro Wrestling, but she's also been in CMLL, and she's also wrestled in the United States, and she's wrestled with Chikara for a little bit sometimes too. So
Damn.
she's been everywhere. And but yeah, she was the inaugural Tokyo Princess Tag Team Champion, and she's held that belt for I had it on here. Where did it go? Over 1,000 days.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't know. She's just really good in the ring, dude. I mean, I know she's just another Japanese female wrestler that WWE's probably got too many of as it is, but there's not very many in NXT right now.
Julia would be the only one.
Yeah, so she could go there, or she could go to AEW, or actually Impact has none.
Yeah.
Impact needs some Japanese women.
She'd stand out and impact more, I think.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah. So
yeah.
I mean, and there's plenty more Japanese wrestlers I could have picked, but
Oh,
this is who I went with.
there's so many great women's wrestlers in Japan. Like Japan's crazy with them. Like you've got uh you got her, you've got Maki Ito has been kind of in AEW. But
Yeah,
yeah, there's a lot over there that you could mention. Like Miyu Watanabe, I've heard good things about. And she's really young. She's 24. So she could be somewhere soon. That's the thing, we do this and I would love most of these people to come to companies, but we've talked plenty of times on this YouTube channel about how big the rosters are in WWE and AEW. And so
yeah.
it's one of those things where like I'd love to see most of these people get spots, but I don't know where most of them would fit. Uh, you know, I've got one more, and I guess it's technically
Okay,
an indie. We're gonna call NWA an indie.
okay.
Kerry Morton, uh, the son of obviously legendary professional wrestler, uh, um, Ricky Morton. He's 23. He hasn't been wrestling very long. He was the NWA, like what does they call their junior champion, world junior champion. He's won tag team titles with his dad all over the country. Kerry Morton could have he's really good. He's that second generation. He clicked it immediately. He needs a little bit more charisma and promo work, but in the ring, he's got it in the ring. He wrestles old school style. But I could see, one of the majors taking a shot with him soon. Just considering the name that he has and you know, how good he is already, and he's only 23. So, um, like I said, he could work on his, a little bit of his promo skills. I mean, but his dad was never known for his promos either. So let's be honest, Ricky Morton wasn't the best, on the mic. Uh, but yeah, I think he could have a bright future. He's really good. I watched. He was one of the reasons I checked out NWA a couple times. Like NWA is hard to watch, but he's one of the bright spots for me. So, and being 23, yeah, he'll get picked up soon. I guarantee it.
All right. My last pick is I went for Japan. Now I'm gonna go to Britain. I decided to go with this guy that reminds me a lot. He's like the British what's that guy in NXT right now? The really young dude.
A really young guy.
Yeah, yeah, in NXT. The
Um,
the the young OG.
oh, Javon Evans.
Yes. This guy's like the British Javon Evans.
Who is it?
His name is Leon Slater,
Oh, hell yeah.
and he's only 19, just like Javon Evans. But this dude, he's got 10 years of experience, which I'm like, wait a minute, how does that work? 9 years old, he's been wrestling since he was 9.
Ah,
But this dude is a phenom. He is a natural, and
yeah.
if somebody else wants another, Nick Wayne or Javon Evans, they should pick up this guy.
I
So maybe
had I have
maybe Impact,
seen yeah.
yeah, maybe Impact should pick him up, and they could have their version.
Oh, apparently he did do some matches for Impact.
There
So
you go.
maybe they're
Let's
gonna
do it.
pick him up. He's done spots like he did just a does he's wrestled like 3 matches for him this
Hmm.
year, so maybe they're trying him out.
Hey, there we go.
Hopefully they do, because dude, yeah, he had him. I've seen some of his freaking like highlights, and it's crazy. He is insane with the way he can do shit. It is, Yeah, he's a natural with in this ring, and yeah, being as young as he is, I guess England's crazy. They can let you start wrestling way sooner. So
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah. It's like 10 years experience. I was like, oh, that's cool. Then I looked, it was 19. I went, well, now wait a minute.
Yeah, he does his move, the Swanton 450 is just unreal.
That's insane.
It's yeah, Leon Slater. I thought of him when I did this, but I wasn't sure if he was signed to TNA yet. Uh
Right.
I don't think he's officially signed, but he's done a lot of matches for him, so it's probably only a matter of time before he does. And if they don't sign him, they're ridiculous. Yeah. So this was a test. I don't know if you know if you guys are going to enjoy this. This was just something we just wanted to try. Try different things here on the channel and talk about some independent wrestling, which we don't do very often, and get the name out. There's plenty of other people we could name. Obviously, there's so many great, talented wrestlers out there that are independent. I mean, we could have said Matt Cardona. You know, he's independent. There's plenty of guys out there that are independent that we could have named, which we could do a part 2 for this if you guys liked it and want us to do another one. We definitely could come up with more people to talk about because there's so many great, independent wrestlers out there. So,
Right.
all
All
right.
right. So yeah, if you like this, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If we do another one of these, you'll be able to get right on it and watch it, and hit the notification bell so you'll know when we'll upload another one of these around the indies is what we'll call it.
Yeah, around the Indies, Indie Darling, something like that. Yeah. And tomorrow, on this channel, right here on Squared Circle Speak, we're gonna be doing our top 10 best SummerSlam match builds of all time. Highly excited for that one, and I hope you all too. You all are too. That was I stumbled over that one. That's gonna be a fun one. And yeah, we'll see you in that one. And yeah, I think that's gonna wrap this up. So, like I said, if you like this, let us know. If you didn't like it, let us know. We'll take all criticism. And we'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Later.